Hello, TOEFL students! Today, you are going to learn about the very last reading skill, Skill 13. Skill 13 is about 3 different types of questions: tone, purpose, or course questions. And the 3 types of questions are right here. What is the tone of this passage? What is the author's purpose in this passage? And in which course would this reading be assigned? There's a different strategy for each type of question. Let's look at them right here. For tone questions, look for words in the passage that indicate the author's emotion. Is the author only presenting facts, or do they have an emotion about the topic? For purpose questions, you should think about the main idea of the passage. Why did the author write it? Remember, for main idea, usually you focus on the first sentence of the passage. For course questions, you also want to think about the main idea of the passage, and then what subject is related to it. Number 1, the purpose of this passage is to. Okay, so it's a purpose question. That means we need to think about the main idea of the passage and think about why the author wrote it. So let's read the first sentence. Truman Capote's In Cold Blood is a well-known example of the nonfiction novel, a popular type of writing based upon factual events in which the author attempts to describe the underlying forces, thoughts, and emotions that led to actual events. Now, let's look at the answers. B, C, and D are not in the first sentence. It does not tell the story of In Cold Blood at the beginning. It does not explain why he wrote the book. And it does not describe how he researched the nonfiction novel. But A is our answer. This first sentence does talk about a particular genre, the genre of the nonfiction novel, and most of the first sentence is about this genre of the nonfiction novel. So the answer is A. Number 2. Which of the following best describes the tone of the passage? This is a tone question, so we want to follow the strategy for tone questions. Look for words in the passage that indicate the author's emotion. Is the author only presenting facts? Let's look. Here are some words that can help us decide the tone of the passage. Describes, interviewed, maintains. So remember, the strategy asks, is the author only presenting facts, or is there emotion? These verbs do not have much emotion. These are only about facts. So for number 2, the answer is not A, B, or C, because these are all emotional tones. But we don't see any emotional words. So here, the answer is D, descriptive. The author is only presenting facts about the topic. Number 3. This passage would probably be assigned reading in which of the following courses? This is a course question, so let's follow the appropriate strategy. We want to think about the main idea of the passage, so we'll look at the first sentence, and then we want to think what subject is it related to. So let's look at the first sentence again, because remember, the first sentence tells us about the main idea. Truman Capote's In Cold Blood is a well-known example of the non-fiction novel, a popular type of writing based on factual events in which the author attempts to describe the underlying forces, thoughts, and emotions that led to actual events. Now let's look at the answer. Now let's look at the answers. What subject is most related to this first sentence? C. Remember, we already said that the majority of this sentence is about the nonfiction novel genre. So that best fits with American novels as a subject. Your assignment for today has all Skill 13 questions. So make sure you see if the question is a tone, purpose, or course question, and then follow the appropriate strategy. As always, if you have any questions or if you need help, send me a message and I will help you. Good luck!